ultimate source for everything about the game that packs a punch. Undisputed. In this action-packed podcast, we'll dive into the electrifying world of the Undisputed Boxing League, bringing you the latest updates, thrilling highlights, and exclusive live interviews with the champions themselves. Get ready to step into the ring of excitement and stay ahead of the game with UBL News. All right. Happy Saturday, everybody. We are back with another episode of UBL News. And today, it's an honor and a great privilege to bring on a new member, Philippine. He's coming from the Philippines, Joshua Mejia. If I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. But he just recently got added to the UBL. This is his first fight. He is making his debut. I don't know. Been hearing a little rumors about this guy in the background from my Philippine connections, and saying this is one of the guys that we all need to keep our eyes on and keep a lookout for. So let's see if we could get him on the line and see what he's about and everything, and ask him a few questions.
Yo, yo.
Hey, Joshua, how you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good.
That's good. Hey, thank you for your time, and it's an honor to have you on the show today.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure too. Appreciate it, brother.
Not a problem, not a problem. So I understand that you're campaigning out of the Philippines. I'm just curious, are you associated with Japs and Harvey and the PH Undisputed
Oh,
League?
yeah. Actually, we have a tournament on November 4. Been preparing for it. And Harvey told me that there will be a tournament here in PH, so he asked me to join and then I joined.
Okay, pretty cool. Yeah, Harvey's a stand-up guy. We're looking for him to make a return. There's a lot of rumors that's been floating around about his return, and actually, when he does return, he's looking to settle some bad blood. I don't know how true that is, but I am looking for Harvey to come back to the scene of the Undisputed Boxing League real soon.
I think he's just promoting and I don't know. Never heard the news of him, but he just asked me to join his league, so I don't know. Not sure about his return. We'll see.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, you are making your debut to the Undisputed Boxing League, and that's a significant thing to do. How are you feeling leading up to your first bout on the night of the champions?
I think it will be just a casual match for me. Don't care about some leagues or whatever. I just play my game and that's it. Just play my style and not to think that there will be a tournament or whatsoever. I just play my own game.
I got you. I got you. So whatever game plan that you have set for yourself, that's what you're going to stick to come fight night.
Yeah.
I
I'll
got you.
stick to I'll stick to my own level of skill here.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. So, if you don't mind me asking, can you describe your journey in boxing that has led you up to this point?
Uh, I think the one that turns me on in this game is I saw it sometime on the YouTube, and I think it's a really good game. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of boxing, to be honest with you, since I was a kid because my hero is Manny Pacquiao. So did boxing myself when I was young, and then just shifted to a different path, and then I'll just play. And yeah, game's pretty good, to be honest with you. I
Uh,
love it.
That's pretty awesome. When you say you did some boxing when you were young, did you ever
Yeah.
compete in the amateurs at all, or you just that's
Nah, nah, nah. I
okay?
never been into amateur, but I'm just going to the gym, trained, and just spar with some other kids when I was young. So that's it. Never had the urge to continue because I was focusing on my academics.
Yeah, okay, understandable. Without academics, it's you really don't have
Yeah,
so the sport of boxing can be a very very brutal sport. Um,
yeah,
the risk factor of you actually
and
going all the way.
also my parents didn't want me to continue it. So yeah, just followed my parents' teachings and just continued my study.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. Well, just the short amount of time that you did spend over in the gym, can you describe what is, some of the training techniques and methods that take place over in the Philippines?
Yeah. Actually, when I was young, they teach me how to punch a proper form, like stepping a jab, moving your hips, using your hips to throw punches. No, not to telegraph anything. Just throw it with a firm form, and yeah, just don't throw rock'em sock'em robots. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
form. Yeah, yeah. Just they teach me how to punch straight, punch in a proper form. You know.
Okay, that's solid. That's pretty cool. Well, who has been the most influential person in the sport of boxing, uh, and why? Why did you, as far as their boxing career, uh, the accolades that they completed or the weight divisions they may have conquered, and why is that particular boxer your idol?
Yeah, here in the Philippines, it's just Manny Pacquiao, bro. So, I mean, 8 divisions world champ. That's hard to get. The only boxer in the world to ever get it. So, in Philippines, there's only one uh, boxer hero here, and it's just Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, okay.
But
Uh,
in the States, I mean, man, in the States, Mayweather is so damn good. His defense is just unbreakable, you know?
yeah,
It's just like a catfish, you know. You can catch him with your bare hands.
yeah. He's very slippery. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Um, it is
In the
rumors.
Philippines, it's Manny Pacquiao. In the States, my idol is just Mayweather, man. The way he negotiates the contracts, his money game, then the way he what they say this him. I mean, the way he promote the fight, man. Top 10 on the pay
Yeah,
per view. All of his name top 1 to 5. His pay per view matches are tops. So yeah, that's also hard to beat.
yeah, I agree with you there. Mayweather, he's not only a fighter, promoter, he's a true businessman in the
Yeah.
world of boxing. You know, speaking of the two, is rumors that they're gonna have a rematch on the expedition side. If that fantasy fight happens, do you see Manny beating him this time, or will
Uh
Floyd walk away again with the victory?
nah, it's just an easy cake, easy walk for a cake from Floyd Mayweather, bro. He's a businessman, you know. There's a talk, and I think it would be just a fixed fight, just to get some money to the people. But easy cake for Floyd Mayweather. Manny is my hero, but Floyd, man, he's just too smart.
Yeah, I agree with you there. He's always Andre Berto said when he was in there fighting with Floyd, he could see Floyd looking, and his eyes was everywhere. He didn't give you
Yeah,
an inch in the ring, and he's like that overall. I mean, that's what makes him the money man, right? Floyd
yeah,
Mayweather.
yeah. I mean, also his chin is just too hard to break. You can't crack that chin when you're not heavyweight.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to catch him first to crack it. I mean, some
Yeah,
people was able to hit him with
but
some.
he's hard to catch though, right?
Yeah,
Canelo can't even catch him.
yeah, exactly. All right, so you're making your debut here. How have you prepared significantly? Excuse me, significantly for this bout against a seasoned fighter like Rich. This Rich been on a few live reviews. I want to say at least about 3 or 4 times now. Definitely done got his
No,
feet wet. And last night he was on the Halloween heavyweight card and put up a pretty decent fight. So how are you preparing for this?
actually, I haven't seen Rich fight, no, but I've been sparring with a lot of guys in the group, and I think my debut will be just a casual performance for me. Like I said earlier, right? I just played my own game, and just my techniques will be there. But yeah, I think I think I have a chance with Rich, but I think by the next day I'll see his fight to study his moves, and that's it. Just do my own thing.
Absolutely. Okay. Okay. But definitely wish you the best of luck. Um,
Yeah.
I
By the way, King, can I ask one thing?
sure.
What weight are we fighting? It's the
Lightweight.
women's
Light.
lightweight at women's division, right?
That's for the mandatory for the actual night of ultimate showdown of the champions.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a lightweight men's event.
Oh, okay, okay. Appreciate it, brother.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Um, so what challenges and opportunities do you see in facing someone like Rich? Do you see any challenges? I know you keep mentioning casual. Or is you
Yeah.
overlooking him, or do you? I mean, do you? It sounds like you feel this is going to be an easy task for you. Um, is it just going to be just that? Is the fans just going to see you just walk over Rich?
I think I can't underestimate anybody in here, and I don't want to sound overconfident, but nothing's an easy fight. There will be no easy fights in here. And actually, I'll see his moves in 1 to 3 rounds, and I'll just study his moves, and I think I'll just drain his stamina and then just play it safe. Then by the late rounds, I think that's where I will go out. Just try to study his moves first in the early rounds, and then the later rounds. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, okay. Well, this is a pretty big opportunity. How do you handle the nerves and the excitement of stepping onto such of a big stage as the showdowns of champion events? You're on the undercard. How are you feeling about that?
Actually, I'm quite excited. This is my first debut fight, and then I was on the main card with some champions, and been looking forward to it. And then just trying to climb up the ranks and hoping one day I'll be champion myself on your league.
Okay, so you have a goal, you have a motive.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, all right. It's been rumors. Now I don't know. I'm not saying that you're one of these guys, but I've been getting, anonymous tips that there's a different camp coming to the UBL, and they not really focus on trash talking or anything like that. They're friendly, they down to earth, but they're looking to dominate um, the UBL and basically have a target for DAD Academy. Really, just a few members from what I heard over at DAD Academy. I know Bad J is one of them. Ace Matrix may be another. Uh, have you heard such a thing? Are you a part of that, or can you elaborate at all or anything about those rumors that I've been hearing?
Oh yeah. I'm in the group, but it's hard for me if I was the one who's going to explode it. Yeah, but I'm in a group with a lot of hungry guys to win the chip. So um, so that's it. That's all I'm going to share.
Okay.
I don't want to mention the group, but I'm in a group with some hungry guys who's hungry to win, right?
Okay. Okay. Enough said. Enough said. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Enough said though. Well, what do you believe sets you apart from other newcomers in the UBL?
Excuse me again.
What do you believe that sets you apart from other newcomers in the
Oh, the set
UBL?
me apart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a really humble guy, not talking a lot of trash. I think that's the only thing that sets me apart. A lot of here is trash talkers, right? A lot of here talks a lot of shit, but man, I just keep my mouth shut and let my game do the talking.
Yeah, I mean, action does speaks louder than words. I see that a few existing members have uh, closed the trap, if you will. They've been quiet. They become gym rats. Um, you know, different camps are evolving. I know the Lions Boxing Den has just recently announced themselves, like we just briefly talked about, but not really getting in detail. It's other speculations about different camps joining the UBL and taking on that challenge as well. Very intriguing and interesting. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds in the future. But how would you define your fighting style? What can
I
people
think
look for?
okay. I think my fighting style is different than the others. I mean, some of the players here are just throwing some random punches, telegraphing their punches, but I think I pick my shots. I pick my shots. I'm patient with it, and yeah, I think my slip move will be the game.
Okay.
Um, my defense slip is going to be a problem because I know how to time it right, and yeah, that's it. I think I don't throw the bomb. I used to pick my shots.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys are tough competitors. You guys always come to fight straight up. Always come prepared. So I think it's safe to say people, if they're not already in the gym, uh, this interview should make them recognize and get in the gym because I've been saying this for a while. A storm is coming, and I'm not picking sides. I'm a promoter, but from the training techniques and what take place on either side of the coin is total opposite.
Yeah,
We are a international league, right? So we have the Philippines, we have the UK, and we have the US, and that's a good bowl of diversity. And what's gonna evolve up out of that is gonna be amazing to see. So this is a good warning for those that's being laxed, if you will. Uh,
yeah,
I've been saying it on previous shows that people are watching, people are seeing who's the top dog, seeing who has the biggest mouth, etc., etc. So,
yeah,
I wish you the best of luck, on your journey climbing to the top of the UBL. Sounds like you have a solid game plan and everything, and I hope it works out for you.
yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You're
I'm really
welcome.
excited to compete. Yeah, really excited to compete on my debut fight. So yeah, I think I watched Rich fight, so I can prepare 100%. Know his moves, all like that.
Yeah, Rich has been very quiet. I say he's another guy that's not really for the trash talking. He lets
Yeah,
his hands do the talking for him. He's
yeah,
evolved out of the shadows. Like I said, this is his third or fourth live event, and he has won all of his events. So
So what's his standing though? Can I ask what's his
right,
standing like? His stat?
he's a new member just like you. So he's part of the Legacy Rainy amateurs.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, okay.
But
Uh,
so far he's starting to make a name for himself. Some he got the fans paying attention to him. They're checking him out.
oh, okay, okay.
You know, how does that make you feel that he's starting to collect a small fan base due to the small amount of wins that he has collected in the UBL so far?
I think that's good for him, and can't talk shit to a guy. I mean, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him fought, but yeah, heads up to him.
Okay, okay, good sportsmanship. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Well, let me ask you this: who in the world of boxing do you look up to? Well, I kind of we can scratch that. We answered that already. Hold on, let me go down to the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
one. Sorry about that. How
yeah.
how do you envision your journey unfolding in the UBL? As maybe get to prospect and club fighter. Do you see yourself fast tracking to be that contender to fight for a title real soon, or you're gonna walk down the hill and take your time to get there?
I think I just take my time, to enhance more skill. But jumping on to the title fight when I'm just not that honed as a fighter, I think I just like walking on the stairs, step by step, not shortcut, and yeah, just chip by chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
don't. I don't wanna. I don't want to shortcut. Because maybe the other guys here, the pioneers here are too strong for me. I think I'll just, like I said, step by step.
I like your the way you're staying humble and everything, but I know the Philippine undisputed league is tough. I know what you guys are about. No disrespect, you guys like I say, always come to show up to show out. Um it's interesting, I've been seeing uh Chris Belgium. I know he had him and I had a small conversation. He's waiting on his work schedule to even out. He's also making looking to make a return to the league. When he was competing in the league when we first started, we were doing Wednesday night fights. Harvey and him. I remember the technique and the competitiveness and just the skill set that they were and Kev is another one. Tough guys are tough. So while you guys are crossing over, and hopefully I get an opportunity to talk to Japs where some of our members can cross over to the PH League where we can
Yeah, that
intertwine
would be
and
awesome, bro. That would be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I agree. I think Japs and I are on the same page. I think most
Yeah,
importantly, what we both are waiting for is the developers to fix the DC, right? The DC. Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
it's
Still a
not
lot of work
fair.
to do because sometimes there's a desynchronization when other countries are fighting with other countries, right? There will be desynchronization, and I think the game developer will fix it soon, hoping. And well, like I said, it'll be awesome to fight on other countries. Like if there's a league like Philippines versus other countries, like Philippines versus UK, Philippines versus US, it'll be awesome, man.
Oh,
It'll be awesome to
absolutely.
represent. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Actually, we have set forth. We've been promoting that event for a while. US versus PH. We do know. We do believe it's gonna happen. When it's gonna happen, we don't know. Due to
yeah,
the DC desync. I'm sorry.
yeah,
But they stay locked and loaded on that for all you fans out there. I know the members are excited on both sides of the field, PH and US. for that event to happen. So just stay locked and loaded. We're gonna keep you guys updated as things progress. But right now, both of us, Japs and I, are waiting on that issue to be ironed out, and then we can go into negotiations and set up stuff, set up promotions, so on and so forth, and get that event actually happening amongst the two countries. It'd be pretty awesome, and don't know what kind of incentive is going to be due to the fact that we have strict policies about spamming and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. We Japs and I may talk about a cash prize incentive. I know we're gonna make some belts to take home for the each team to take home the winner. Um, there's some things that we need to talk about, and agree on both sides, so everything can make sense and everybody you know have an equal playing field and have an equal part in the whole situation. So I can't wait till it actually happens. I am excited about that event. We've been talking about that event ever since we moved over to Friday Night Fights. So it's pretty cool to I'm glad that you're on the show today. We can bring that up as a topic because again, that's something hot, something for everyone to keep their eyes out for. Uh-oh, I lost him. Hold on. Let me call him back. All right, he may be having some technical difficulties going on. We are, you know, country to country. Sometimes we have issues. Yeah, it sounds like he's having some issues. No worries. I give him a little time. But you know, these events have been very exciting. The networking has been at the top high level of everybody coming together, communicating, getting along and putting their own little niche to this foundation, which is great. Okay, looks like he's giving me a call back here. Hello,
Oh,
Joshua.
King, sorry for that, man. My internet just restarted.
No
Don't
worries.
know.
No worries. It happens. Stuff like that happens. I kind of figured that you was having some type of technical issue. So,
Yeah, my internet just restarted. I don't know why.
well,
So where were we again? Where were we again?
we were talking about the U.S. versus PH
Oh, right.
event.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look forward to that. I see Harvey is ringside saying one step at a time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know you guys are very patient, and yeah, trust me, we have to take it one step at a time. It's critical that we do
Yeah.
because we want it to be fair for everyone. Um,
Yeah.
well, let me ask you this, Joshua. What's been the most valuable lesson you have learned in your boxing career so far? I know you spent a small amount of time just going to the gyms and everything like that. In that small amount of time, what was the most important lesson that you learned out of it?
I think having to persevere, having to persevere through tough times. I mean, boxing is a hard sport. Can't just walk in like nothing happened and walk in like you're going a straightforward line. You know what I mean? Like persevere through tough times because boxing is a tough sport, just like what I said. Having to persevere.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's not from everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
If you don't know how to push forward, um, you can't be a quitter. There's no quitters in boxing.
yeah,
You have to keep pushing. You have to keep going forward. You know. That's what makes the champions the champs, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, cool stuff. So, let me ask you this before I get into some more questions. Let's talk about the actual game. Let's go back to that. Everyone is on the edge of their seats about the career mode caps coming out.
Yeah. Been
What's
waiting for that one too.
Okay, so how do you feel about that? It's concerns in the community that we're gonna be, potentially facing some uh fairly large figures. Like how it was, and I don't know if you play Fight Night Champions, but
Yeah, I played it. I've played it.
okay, yeah, you get to end up fighting ogres and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, do you think the developers is gonna put a cap on the height and on
I
some
think.
limitations there?
I think. Uh, there will still be a weight thing. Like if you're fighting at fireweight, you'll fight your. If you're fighting at lightweight, you'll fight at lightweight. I think there will be some, the height recommendations for that one. I think you can't over limit your height when you're just fighting at lightweight or featherweight. No, something like that.
Yeah, but we do have some freakishly tall people in the sport of boxing. I mean, take a look at Sebastian, right? He's campaigning at welterweight, and the kid is just, I mean, he's a freaking straw. I mean, he's tall as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat Lubin up very badly, but I forget the guy he fought next. Ended up losing that fight, but I mean, the kid is super tall. I mean, does that play a factor of or create some type of argument with the community and the developers on setting limitations for the height in the game as far as you said, in between different weight classes slash divisions?
Yeah. I can't really say anything about that. It depends on the developer of the game. But I think uh just the promoter, just just add some, what do you call this? Add some rules that there will be no freaky characters will enter. Like just put some put some regular dudes, just not like the ogre guys or whatsoever. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to set some limitations for sure if that's the
Yeah.
case. But everyone is excited about it. We finally get to test out our creative boxer. Another
Yeah.
thing, I guess, that's exciting. We get to negotiate our own contract, and if we do too much negotiation, we can basically talk ourselves out of a fight, which I find very intriguing and interesting. Um, so I guess you have to be careful what you wish for in your negotiation.
Yeah. 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 They'll add that onto the game, right? That
Yeah,
makes it more interesting. Yeah.
yeah. So with that being said, depending on how that is all structured, uh, it creates some more excitement. It creates another avenue for the UBL. You know, if you don't mind me asking you, if Cabs come out, what weight division do you plan on campaigning in, and why?
Uh, as what I've seen on the recent videos they added, I think you can climb up the weight divisions, like start at the featherweight, then if you want to move up, you can move up. I think I'll just start at the lightweight, then I'll try to move up. Just like what Pacquiao did on his younger days, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's smart. Start somewhere towards at the bottom, and
Yeah.
work your
But
way to the
I've
top.
said it right, right? I've said it right, right? Like I think the developers will do that. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
well at
Yeah.
least we can hopefully think that they would do that. We can cross our fingers. We really don't know what their intentions are. We just know that we have an update coming soon. They did say that
Yeah.
it's going to be released sometime in fall. Most of us was, well, the rumor on the street was that it was going to be around Halloween. So
Oh, okay.
some of us, are sitting on the edge of our seats that maybe this upcoming week. um, we'll get the update. Or maybe that we'll have to it be mid-November, maybe around the 15th of November we'll get it or something like that. But looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Josh. This has been fun. How do you keep your focus and composure during intense moments in the ring?
No, I think just let my instincts do the work. Just let my guts tell what to do. Like just avoid punches if I was getting too pressured, something like that. Move my feet, move out if I need to.
Okay. Okay. So it's just
Yeah,
being
and then also
calm, huh?
I've been playing like sparring with a lot of tough guys. Can't name them all, but I think I have a good chance about this. Been sparring with a lot of tough guys in the group and win some. I've won some and lost some. So yeah,
Okay. So by you sparring as a new member so far, how do you rate your experience by coming in the door? You're on a massive event and fighting some of the tough guys in the group. How do you rate your experience so far?
I think uh, what would I rate it? Right? I think it's just it's just fine. No, been playing for it for a while. Like I said earlier when we talked on the Discord, right? I said to you that I've been only playing this for 2 weeks, but I've been playing it a lot. So the only difference between the online ranks and the sparring like with the other guys on the group is the other guys is more technical than the online rank. So they're not throwing random punches. And here on the sparring with some other guys, they know how to pick them. They know how to pick their shots, and I think that's what I've adopted in playing with them. Besides on the online rank, on the online rank, they just throw some punches like spamming some body shots, spamming some left hook, right hooks. Easily you can defeat them, but in sparring with some other guys, they don't throw like that because it's on your rules and regulations, right? That you can't spam punches, something like that. So yeah, I've adapted it and been playing it with them, and I've adapted their moves. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, it makes for a Sims experience, right? It creates a
Yeah,
more realistic feel
yeah,
to the
yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like some other guys just throw some 1-2 jabs and then they slip out of your range. So that's what I've adapted now. Contain your stamina and know how to move in the ring. Just like in the real boxing, right? You can't just go all out and then you'll tire your character so easy. So yeah, just be patient and don't throw a lot of punches.
absolutely. Patience is the key, and I don't
Yeah,
think a lot of fighters don't realize that. If
yeah.
you're patient,
Some of the guys saying that Fight Night champion is better than undisputed. I don't think so because here in the game you can there's no character that are flat footed, right? You can move all, and the only problem here is the players. They've been spamming their controllers like they're just clicking, so whatever. I mean, this is not a Tekken game or whatsoever. This is a strategic game, just like in the real boxing. So yeah, been waiting for this game, and I think I know how to play this game, and I know how to compete with a certain level of this game. So yeah,
that's pretty awesome you said that. I'm glad you touched on that because a lot of people that was here in the beginning when it first hit early access, they gave this game such a bad rating, and some of them continue to still give the game such a bad rating, but they don't realize here's some key factors, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or down anyone. You're probably coming from console to PC. PC makes console.
Yeah,
This PC experience is totally different from console. Any,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, console games are ready to play. They come ready to play. Their betas are not actual betas.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to say this, but this is the fact. Not, this is the fact. This is the truth. But the developers in this game doesn't have the money like the Fight Nights or so whatever. And the game is the Fight Night game is already finished when it is released, right? But
Yeah,
the Undisputed is still on the beta, so we'll still see some of the improvements that they will do. And man, the Undisputed on the Steam game is I think it's on the top 10 already, something like that. I don't know if that's true, but I think you can judge the game when it is on full launch.
yeah. I've been telling players. One member from the Fight Night community reached out to me a couple of days ago. His name is Gringo, and he was asking me how do I like the game, and comparing it, and I just told him he has to play the game. You know,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
negative stuff that people been telling him, and the different opinion back and forth. Set all of that aside and either go get you a gaming PC, or unfortunately you have to patiently wait for it to get released out on console. But I
yeah,
highly suggest go get a gaming PC, and here's why. You have your Xbox and PlayStation right along with your PC. The Xbox app comes with Windows, and you could download the PlayStation app. You're
no,
you're
yeah,
online. You have your all you have to do is log into your account that's already created. I mean,
yeah,
it's the best of both worlds. I mean, consoles are dated. They're played. They're going to be a non-existing, and they're coming out with new technology where the apps are built into the TVs that you purchase. You go purchase a new LG TV. It's going to have the gaming app platform. All you have to do is take a Bluetooth gaming controller, hello, and
yeah,
and sit there and play your games.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go get a PC, people. But not to take away from your interview, I know we can have some side conversations about this and that, but
All right, all right.
I was just curious, to see how you felt about those things, and
Yeah.
it's good that
Actually, one thing, read it in the comments on the game that the punches are like, what do you call this? The punches are like soft, unlike on the Fight Night that the punches are firm and look solid. But I think it's just on the video, right? But when you actually play the game, it's not that like they copy a lot of guys like the punches. Just look at Canelo on this game; he moves like a real Canelo Alvarez. So yeah, I
yeah,
think there will be improvements in this game. We'll be waiting
absolutely.
soon.
And then a lot of people don't know that you could go into settings and turn a few of those settings off. I forget
Yeah.
the correct name. I think they got a quick punch setting or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh, excuse me. You can turn that off. And then we don't play lobby, right? Most of us play remote play or parsec. I
Yeah,
know mainly myself. I know I would play remote play. Uh, it's a better experience. No desync. No, I mean it's peer to
yeah,
peer and it's one on one action.
yeah.
So, what are your long term aspirations in the world of boxing, in the UBL?
No, one thing is in my mind: taking it one step at a time and go get the belt, fight the champion, and that's it.
Okay, all right.
I'll get the belt. I'll be sure of that.
You're okay. You're very confident. I love your confidence. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I,
hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be cocky or so whatever, but that's the only goal in my mind: be the champion.
I feel it. I feel it. Can you share any rituals or routines you establish before a fight?
Yeah, I just want to I just pray and I just ask the Lord Jesus Christ if He can give me the proper way of thinking how to play the game. No, I just ask Him for His guidance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to stay on Faith Street. You don't stay on
Yeah,
Faith Street, you may
even
miss
if
your
it's in
blessing.
the game, though, right? You just
Mm-hmm.
have to be thankful every day. You know, not to take away anything from the other guys, but yeah, before I started my day, I always pray, and even after I sleep, I always pray. Even after I play the game, you know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, hey, he is our Father and Savior. So, hey, without him, it wouldn't be us. So, he makes
yeah,
everything possible.
yeah. Even if it's the small thing.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't, it could be small to him, but big to us. When he
Yeah,
delivers,
yeah,
he
yeah.
delivers. So, can you describe the importance of having a strong support system in this sport?
Well, excuse me. What is it? What is it?
Can you describe the importance of having a strong support system in this sport?
Excuse me. I can't understand. What is it again?
Okay, we're having some issues. No worries. I'll repeat the question.
Okay.
Describe the importance of having a strong support system in the sport.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The importance, right? I mean, I think, uh, I think we'll have the right support system if the game is finished and not on the beta. So yeah, hoping that one day it'll be just like a big banger, like some other games, something like that. I think it's up to the developers, right, to find the right movement on the game to like build up the hype, to be like some of the other games that are going big because of the other streamers, something like that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we'll just have to do our thing, like post it on our own YouTube, like just spread it, spread the word, spread the game.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Well, I think we're doing a pretty good job. With our live events, we're definitely helping spread the word. The content that we delivers, the fights, and the skill set that you guys deliver come fight night is immaculate. It's at the elite level for sure. So people are tuning in, they're watching, it's getting them curious, they're asking questions. So we only could go straight up to the top from here, but we're at the mercy of undisputed developers. So crossing our fingers that they really get their stuff together and give us a tangible game when it's all said and done.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, what message do you have for a young boxer aiming for a debut like yours?
I mean, just do, just play a lot of, just play a lot of games. Like, just go to the online rankings, try to spar with some other guys. It will hone up your skills. Just, just play a lot of games. That's all I can say.
Yeah, the more you practice, the better you
Yeah,
are. Yeah,
yeah,
and playing different style of people.
yeah. And also one thing, no, um, just switch up characters. Like, play a lot of characters so that you can memorize their moves and just to be familiar with other fighters like that. Just don't be a one trick pony, right?
Right.
Play a lot of fighters, play different fighters.
Okay. Okay. How do you balance a physical demand of boxing with mental well-being?
How do I balance the physical demand? I mean, it's just like it's just like doing some other stuffs. All the other stuffs are tiring, right? Just like work, doing something like that. I mean, just treat it as a normal stuff. You'll get tired. If you're tired, you just rest. something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
just treat it as an equal, like doing some other stuffs.
okay. Okay. Share an experience from your training that prepares you for this bout.
I mean, I don't want to mention anybody's name, so I've been playing for a lot of good guys, just like what I said earlier. I've been playing with a lot of good guys, like some of them are having a high ranking game, so I've been sparring with them, and some of them are just I beat them, they beat me too, but yeah, just playing with the tough guys. Just asking who anyone wants to spar and something like that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I have one last and final question for you. What would you like the world to know about Joshua after your debut in the UBL?
Uh, just casual me. I don't think I can say anything about me. So uh, they'll see in my game, and I think they should be the one who will recognize it. And I don't want to say anything about me.
Okay, that's fair. Humble man. I like it. Humble. Humble but confident. Got
Yeah,
that, I mean, you got to like that, right? I mean, it's
yeah,
nothing wrong about being confident but staying humble. Hey, brother, I wish you the best of luck.
yeah. Thank you.
Not
Appreciate it, King.
absolutely. Sounds like you have a solid game plan for your upcoming bout, your debut. So we'll see. Will you be able to stop Richie Rich from? I mean, he's on a winning streak. He's hot. So let's see if you're able to sit him down and make him cool off with a bucket of ice or something.
Mm. We'll see. We'll see. We'll hope. I hope so. I hope so.
Okay, okay. Well, hey, appreciate your time. It's been an honor. Um, Looking forward to seeing this performance on October 27th at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time p.m. Um, hey, I wish you the best of luck in the
Thank
amateurs
you, King. Thank you.
series one. I'm have no doubt in my mind that you're going to probably advance over to the prospect series next. So hey, I look forward to it, man. And you take care and good luck, champ.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, King.
Absolutely,
I'm excited to the event. Can't wait. Can't wait for it.
absolutely. All right, you
Yeah,
take care.
thank you.
You have a good day.
Yeah, yeah. You too. You too. God
All right,
bless, brother.
God bless. All right, that was Joshua Mejia, and he is coming out of the Philippines, looking to make a name for himself as he's making his first debut in the Undisputed Boxing League. Up next, we have a member out of the UK, the Gatekeeper Champion, Lee. Now, everybody's aware of Lee. Everybody knows Lee. Lee done been around for quite some time. Um, Around Bob, when he was around when Tyrone was around. Harvey, which Harvey is still around, but he's just on vacation right now. But he was around when Baby Loke, let's see, Marvin, some of the first founding members of the Undisputed Boxing League, and Lee has been clinching and holding on to that gatekeeper championship ever since he took it away from Guap. Let's see if he's gonna get dethroned. He is facing Eddie Cardona in the Night of the Champions, Ultimate Showdown of the Champions, coming up on the 27th of October. So let's see if we can get him on the line, ask him some questions, and we can go from there. But before we do that, I'm gonna take a small restroom break, and you guys stay locked and loaded. We'll be right back. All right, it looks like I was muted there. Sorry about that. We are back. Let's see if we can get Lee on the phone here. Hold a second. Thank you for telling me I was muted. Appreciate that. All right, can y'all hear me now? Mic check, mic check.
Hello.
Hey, champ, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, you.
Hey, another day in the park, taking it one day
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So, how's things over in the UK? How's the weather?
Well, as you'd expect, it's freezing cold as usual. We only get about 3 days of sunshine every year, so you get used to it.
I don't know if I could deal with that, man. I know, in the past, you and I had talked about, the difference in weather. I know where I'm at, over here in Ohio in the States, we're breaking down for fall. I did my yard work. I got my leaves together, earlier, this morning, got them out to the curb and stuff. But yeah, you guys are in the cold already.
Yeah, yeah. We prefer it though. We prefer it. We just moan when it's too hot. Then, yeah, I don't think we can win either way. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, hey, well, you might as well enjoy it if that's what you have to deal with, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you for your time. It's definitely an honor to have you on the show today.
No worries.
Well, let me ask you, Lee, how do you feel going into another title defense for your FNF Gatekeeper Championship?
Yeah, quite looking forward to it. I don't quite mind who I fight, to be honest. I just use the first few rounds or a couple of rounds to judge how they fight, and then adjust accordingly.
Okay, okay. I know your adjustment and ring IQ is immaculate. I remember you and I had a few spars in the past, in the beginning when we were doing Wednesday night fights. And after watching that performance last night, your game is on another level, another plateau, man. I mean, can anyone get some gym time with you?
Yeah, yeah, no problem. That's fine. You can.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you pretty good, man. That was awesome. What you did to the narcissist yesterday. I mean, the step back and then you come back with that power straight. I mean, it looks like you literally ran across the ring just to land that punch.
Yeah, yeah. I try, like you said on the stream. Decided to try some Conan shit. It seemed to work.
Yeah, it definitely worked.
Yeah. I think the problem with that fight was it was 2 a.m. here in the UK, so we struggled to find the right time to fight. And I'm like, right, I need to try and get this over and done with as quick as possible. It was very late.
Yeah, we try to make it fair, and well, the time zones. Being an international league can be hard at times, but
Yeah, yeah,
so far we've been able to make it work. I think the biggest asset of ours is the pre-record video. So if your
yes.
time don't line up when the time of the event, you still have time to get your fight in, get your recording done, and submit it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that does make it a lot easier. There'd be no way I could like compete live because it doesn't start till 4 a.m. here anyway. So I usually just watch the replays in the morning then.
Yeah, yeah. Which how I mean, when you get up in the morning, I know you look forward to those replays or whatever. I mean, is it a ritual of yours, or has it become a ritual? How do Lee wake up feeling when after an event has taken place? Is that the first thing you take a look at? Do you grab your phone and look at the stream, or do you do other things and then sit down and enjoy it?
Yeah, usually sort the kids out. Once they're happy, then I'll sit down and have 5 minutes to myself after checking cryptocurrencies prices, and then I'll have a watch of the stream. Usually,
Okay, okay, that's pretty cool. So, Lee, if you don't mind me asking, as a champion, how do you keep yourself motivated and hungry for more?
well, I just like to fight everybody. I do like people that have different styles, so I have to change it up while I'm fighting. I mean, the tactic I used last night against Narcissus wouldn't work against Ace or Vlad or even Berger, the way they move. I wouldn't be able to apply that much pressure, so I quite like changing it up depending on who I'm fighting against, which keeps it fun.
Absolutely. You have to be diverse. You have to be a well-rounded fighter, and you're definitely that.
Yeah. Yeah, I try.
Who has been a critical figure in guiding and mentoring you throughout your UBL journey?
Well, probably the most enjoyable spars I've had have probably been with Ace and Vlad, to be honest, because they always bring something different, and then I have to change it up depending on which opponent we have. So we kind of spar each other and try and just work out a game plan, then depending on who we're against, and I think that helps quite a lot.
Okay, okay, and that's DAD Academy. You guys are standing on top, holding the championships at the moment. How does that feel being a member of DAD Academy and having all the gold?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. A bit of pressure to keep it, with Count Berger chomping at the heels, but it'd be nice to take out as many of their fighters as we can.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of camp, what do you think about the Lions boxing den that has evolved in the recent past week?
Well, it'll be interesting if they can all help each other, they can all improve. It'd be good to have a few good camps that can all fight each other and have like events, camp v camp. It'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to it actually. Um, I've been hearing rumors about a mystery camp evolving soon. Sawdust announced the Lions Boxing Den. Uh, no telling what Jack told Helen and what's going to happen in the future. Anything can evolve, but it's intriguing and exciting. So I'm looking forward to it to all of that.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to watch some of the regular fighters improving, and it makes it more of a challenge. Then, and we all have to think about how we compete against each other. Then, it's like now all the spamming's out the league. It's good to actually watch boxing matches instead of having to just run away from body uppercuts constantly. So yeah, it's good that it's more of a simulation now, which makes it more fun.
Absolutely, I definitely agree with that. I mean, the I wouldn't say that. I think we got labeled as a spamming boxing league due to just one or two members. I don't
Yes,
I don't
yes.
I don't really I would never say that we were a spamming boxing league ever because
No, no.
we have rules for spamming, but I just think a few people may was in the heat of the moment, if you will,
Yes,
or
exactly.
so newcomers taking a look at that probably like these guys are full of crap, they're spammers and this and that, but no, that's not the case. We are a Sims league and we are very very competitive. Some like to trash talk, some don't. Some is all about showing their skill set in the ring, and the diversity is at all kinds of levels. It's just where you fit in at. um
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even I am looking forward to them releasing the next patch, hoping that it'll sort the lobby out a bit more because occasionally if we fight in lobby, especially in live events and pre-recording it, there can be lag or desync and things like that. And I mean, my fight with Kenny last night seemed all right in the lobby, but it'd be good if they could just get that sorted. Then at least everyone's on an even playing field because there's no way I can compete with these guys in the US on on Steam Remote Play or Parsec because obviously whoever's hosting has got that advantage due to the delay then. But yeah, I've always preferred lobby myself anyway. But yeah, hopefully they can get that sorted.
Yeah, we have big hopes and dreams and fingers crossed. It all ties in together. So yeah, they definitely needed to get it sorted. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, you could throw everything else out the window. If they don't get that sorted, they lose revenue. They lose money.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
exactly. I'm just hoping they are able to do something about it now, because I mean it's been beginning of the year it's been released, like the end of January, wasn't it? So they seem to have slowed down with the updates now, but let's hope they can actually get it sorted now. I think it'll make the game a lot more popular, especially when it gets released on the consoles as well.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. And speaking about slowing things down, this recent update that we got, the game seems like it loads a little bit slower. It moves a little bit slower as far as the game action play. What's your
Yeah.
take on that?
Yeah, I prefer that. I think it takes the arcade feel out of each fight where you're able to, you've got to think more about what you throw and making sure it lands or it does drain your stamina. You can't just stand there and throw 20 punches with no, negative effect on your stamina. So I quite prefer that. I like chess match fights as well as applying pressure if they allow me to, depending on their style. Obviously, it just depends. I mean, I've had fights with people in the past I've lost because I've tried to apply pressure too much, and then I've realised after, actually, I probably should have changed my game plan halfway through the fight, and I'd have probably won that. But you live and learn.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of, learned a little bit yesterday when I couldn't adjust. Did you see that fight between Ace and I?
Yes, I watched that after watching the other events. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Okay, well, I'm just curious. I mean, because you're one of the top dogs of this league. How do you rate my performance against Ace?
I think it was good, but obviously Ace is in my camp, so I don't want to give you too many tips. But yeah, it was a good performance. You held your own. You held your own.
Okay. You guys be watching out for those fish traps, don't y'all? Y'all
Yeah,
every time I try to cast that rod out in the water and try to catch, you guys are like, no,
yeah,
watch out for
yeah.
that bait.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hook's empty every time you pull the rod up. Yeah, we're not giving anything away.
Okay, fair. That's fair. Man, well, a true fisherman never gives up. I just,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I can't blame you for continuing to try. That's fine. That's fine.
oh man, that's funny. All right. Well, how differently have you trained for Eddie compared to your previous challengers? You say.
Well, it just depends, really. I mean, because obviously, I expect, depending on who I fight, I expect them to change the way they fight, especially when they've been in live events before. That's at least what I try to do anyway. So I'm expecting them to do that. So you just gotta. I think the best thing to do is train for any type of style they might have, so you're able to adjust quite quickly if you need to.
Okay. Well, Eddie is very fortunate to get this opportunity with you. Since the league has changed up some systems and we actually have a legacy rating from amateur all the way to greatest of all time. Um,
Yes.
he got the selection out the hat, right?
Right.
We have a hat with all you guys' name in it, and Eddie, just so happened to get selected. Um, are you overlooking him in any type of way because he's an amateur?
Oh no, not at all. It's one of them things. Sometimes, no matter who you fight, whether they're an amateur or they've been here for quite a long time and they're known as one of the top fighters, you can get if they can work out your rhythm and if you're unable to adjust, anyone can lose. But I'll just do my best, have fun, and see what happens on fight night.
Hey, that's fair. That's real fair. That's cool to say. Okay. Can you highlight a good bout in your career that changed your perspective on boxing?
Probably one of my earlier fights against Harvey. Obviously, he was always very awkward to fight, and trying to apply pressure on him is like trying to get blood from a stone. It's impossible to do it. So I think that made me realise quite quickly that you can't just keep trudging forward and expecting to force a game plan to work. You do have to adapt and change.
Yeah, Harvey will. He has a few tricks in his bags. He know how to take you
Yes.
into deep waters. He know how to get you out of there very early.
Yeah.
He always show up to fight. It just depends on which Harvey do you get.
Yes. Definitely.
During the fight, you got to be able to switch because he'll come out one way, and then it seemed like he got intervals. The third round, by the third round, he's giving you a different style or different look. Then by the sixth round, he done switched it back and giving you something totally different that you haven't really seen before. And
Yeah, yeah,
so he's elusive. That's what he is. He's very, very elusive.
yeah, yeah.
Imaginary with his game plan.
Yeah, they're the sort of fights that I enjoy, where you've got to try and outthink them. I don't usually fight like I did last night against Kenny. Going forward like a bulldozer. I prefer the more tactical fight, but I think I knew the longer I let that fight continue, especially against Wilder, if my stamina dropped, one punch it could have been done. So I thought, right, the best bet is to, while I've got full stamina and the highest resistance, put all the pressure on to try and end it early.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you did just that. I mean, that was one heck of a performance that you displayed last night. Just to press the pause button, I'm noticing we have a fan. Actually, it looks like he wants to join the league on Twitch. If somebody can do me a favor and drop him the link on Twitch, that way we could get his Facebook information and everything and get him added to the league. He is saying that he wants smoke.
Oh, okay. All right. That's another one then. Hopefully he's good. That would be fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean that's the fun that I'm getting out of it. I mean, people watch you guys put on great performances and be the best that you guys could be on fight night, and we give these interviews to bring bring them even closer.
Yes.
Get to know you guys. They, it's to kind of put a voice, not a face, but a voice with the character. I mean, it all ties in. It gives a more realistic feel. And I mean, the networking is superb. I mean, I've been enjoying it, meeting all you guys and hosting these interviews, having these podcast shows has been helping out a lot. So it's very
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. If it's driving more people to the league, it's good. It's like it is fun to fight against people that are competitive and actually trying to improve. So the more the merrier. As long as the more good fighters in the league, the better. The higher the harder the competition will be at the top. So let's hope some of these new people that join can build the way up, and then it'll be more competition ahead.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So the future is big and bright, and I'm definitely looking forward to see how it unfolds in the future. A lot of people are paying attention, and they got their eyes on the champion. You are one of them, and
Yeah, it's not much of a target on my back 24/7.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think they're all after it. Yeah.
So here's another thing. He put his record up in the chat. I guess this is impressive, or maybe not. He has 298 wins, 30 losses, and 7 draws.
Wow, is this the new fighter that's joining? That his record?
Yeah,
Oh wow, okay, yeah, yeah, that's good. That it's a good record, but it's tricky with ranked because of the connection issues constantly. So there is a lot of people on there where a lot of them are disconnects their wins.
absolutely. No disrespect, but is it safe to say if that record is actually accurate due to the flaws of the game?
Yes, yeah, exactly, exactly. I think a lot of the better fighters after a while decided just to play unranked, or just join the Discord and Facebook leagues because that's where, people were willing to fight fairly and you'd have good competitive matches.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, if you feel that you hit, what is it, cripple Kurt? If you feel that you have what it takes to be a competitive member in the Undisputed Boxing League, come join us, brother. We got plenty of room at the round table for you. Come on,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
definitely.
come have a seat, get to know everybody over here, and let's see, will you become the champion of the league? Who knows? Anything is possible in the sport of boxing.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty cool. Somebody, do me a favor. I think Sawdust is on Twitch. Hey, if you could drop the Facebook link, so he can know how to follow us, and we can get his information and get him added to the league. This is man, interesting stuff. I love it when that happens.
Yeah, let's hope they're not all just trying to join because they want to kick my ass.
I mean, there's that target again. You are the
Yeah, yeah,
champion.
exactly.
After that performance last night. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, that could go two ways. Me as a fan or as a up and coming member or looking to join, and I see your performance and what you did to your opponent, it may spook me. It
Yeah,
may make me say, "Oh shit! Oh damn! I may not be up for that." Or
yeah,
it may set a fire up under me and say, "Oh, that's shenanigans. Come on, this
yeah,
guy,
exactly.
this guy ain't what he claimed to be." I'm about to go test him out right now.
Yeah, I look forward to that, and I can bring a different look then and confuse them even more.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game. Being
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah,
Giving different looks, setting up different angles.
yeah.
Those fish traps that I like to call
Yes,
them.
exactly. I think I'd have been a lot happier with last night's result if it was against someone from Camp Berger instead of someone in my own camp. It was good to win, but it was bittersweet because I'd preferably not fight my own camp on the live event. I'd rather camp v camp or fight against someone from Berger.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned that. So let's dive into that real quick. So you guys are the only ones up there. I had asked Ace this, and I really didn't get a legitimate reply. So I'm gonna ask you, and maybe Mr. J is sitting ringside. Maybe he's listening, but you guys will be willing to set to the side until the other members get to the top. I mean, I know for sure you haven't been on a live event in quite some time. So,
Yes.
I wanted to bring you back, keep you relevant, keep you fresh a little bit. But, the way things have shifted and changed, you guys will have to take a small vacation until things, other members get to, contender, club fighter, get around those areas.
Yeah.
Are you guys willing to do that?
Well, I can't speak for the rest of the camp, but I'm certainly willing to step aside until a few more people come to the top, and then if they want to challenge, I'm ready then.
Okay. Okay. Well, it seems like we need to sit down at the round table together and figure this out for sure. But
Yeah.
for right now, the league is designed for everyone to face everyone. It is
Yes.
changing due to the fact that you know these camps are evolving. At
Yes.
first, these camps wasn't heard of until Burgerman and Ace fought each other for the second time, and that kind of whirlwind into a drama.
Yeah. 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 I think it's the natural evolution, natural evolution of a group. When there's a bunch of people competing against each other, it's like, do you want to be on my team? Yeah, okay, all right, we've got teams now. Right now, we're against you. It was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, 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 and it's cool. It's intriguing. I'm
Yeah.
definitely liking the way everything is evolving. As I said earlier, the Lions Boxing Den announced themselves, and it sounds like we're going to have a few other camps coming out of the woodwork pretty soon, or some later on down the line. But you only can wait to see what happens, right? It gives you anticipation to say, okay, now they have camps, now they're doing this, they're doing that. DAD Academy it sits up here right now, right?
Yeah.
Who? I mean, come on, you know how it is in the sport of boxing. Who gonna be the camp to come really give you guys a tough challenge? You know?
Well, yeah, yeah. We're hoping that now they're in camps, they can help each other improve, and it'd be good to have more of a challenge, at the top. It'd be good to be joined. It'll make it all a lot more competitive and fun for us all, I think.
Uh, yeah, I agree. I agree. Definitely looking forward to it. We keep changing and developing as the game changes and develop, and we keep being creative and elusive with our production and our systems. I think everything will work out. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'll be just to make that for sure. I'll schedule a meeting with Mr. J and get some things in detail and make sure like you said, you can't speak for the whole camp, and make
Yes.
sure everyone is on the same page, and we
Yeah.
could go from there.
Okay, yeah, yeah, sounds like a plan, because we do help each other out in camp, so it kind of it defeats the object of us sparring each other, helping each other out. If we end up fighting each other, then
Yeah,
it's like I mean, I don't think anyone wants to take anyone out who they consider a friend who they've been sparring with. So it makes the victory bittersweet then, when we have to do that.
yeah, yeah. I totally get it. I understand. The big thing that I recognize is the change, and the change is the camps. So,
Yes.
hey, it is what it is. So I puts a smile on my face. It's going into a different direction, a direction I think that can elevate the whole entire league. As
Yeah.
you said, it creates some excitement, some extra fun. So it's gonna be intriguing.
Yes, definitely. Looking forward to see what happens.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, well, let me ask you this. What does it mean for you to be the FNF Gatekeeper Champion and represent that legacy?
It does add a bit more pressure than before. I remember when I originally joined the league, and I was just like, fighting against people. No one knew who I was then. It just there for fun. It didn't matter, But I'm not gonna lie, it does apply a little bit more pressure, especially when I'm in a live event. Um, but yeah, yeah, I do enjoy. I enjoy fighting against the top competition anyway. So if that draws more of them towards me and want to challenge for it, I'm up for it. That's fine.
Ah, that's cool. That's pretty good to hear. Okay. How do you adapt and evolve your fighting style to stay ahead of your challengers?
Well, like I say, I do watch the replays of the live events, and I usually watch all the fights, and depending on who wins, see how they fought, and obviously I try to adapt my style then to see, well, how would I beat that style? What would I do in that situation? What would I do in that situation? Just to make sure I've got a handful of tricks ready, depending on who I fight or what tactic they decide to use.
Absolutely, absolutely. How critical is it to go and do homework on your opponent to look at some of their footage? Some people seem to think that that's not important. How do you look at that? Is that something very critical to do, or is it not?
Oh, I think, in some ways it is because no matter how much you try and adjust what you're throwing and the rhythm of your combinations, there's always a few combinations that each fighter continuously throws. So if you manage to recognize that and then when you're competing against them, you know exactly the timing of it and how to counter it. So I do think it helps in some regard.
Okay, okay, I agree. If you don't at least watch a good 5 fights of your opponent, you won't pick up on any of their habits. Everyone has habits.
Yes, exactly.
You have to, look out for those habits.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and then you can figure out how to counter it ahead of time, so you're not having to think on the spot then.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it baffled me that some fighters don't think doing recon help them elevate their game plan or their fighting style and give them the edge on winning the fight.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I think it does. It does help massively. Like I was saying, I think every single fighter in the league fights with a certain pattern, depending on how they fight, when they throw, and what movement they're going to do after this. And you're able to time and it leaves them open for counters. And if you're able to read exactly what's going to happen. I mean, obviously, if I've never fought the person before or I haven't had chance to do the research and watch their fights, I'll try and judge it then in the first few rounds, then think, right, okay, so every time he does that, I'm expecting this. So there's a way to counter that. It leaves them wide open then.
Okay, okay. What are the key strengths you believe you'll bring into the ring against Eddie?
Hmm, that's a tough one. I think I'm just going to try and be very random with what I do at first and just keep him guessing. Um, And depend. And again, I've said this several times. I'll wait and see how he reacts, depending on what style I use, and then obviously I can adjust accordingly and push forward with what I think will work. Obviously, I don't want to give away exactly what I'm going to do for obvious reasons. He's probably listening and writing it all down. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens fight night.
Okay, okay. Well, he didn't come to the interview today. I got a message that it was very important for him to stay in the gym and keep working. Do you think that's disrespectful towards you? Didn't make it to that, to the interview as unprofessional, or do you just believe he wants to be the best Eddie Cardona on fight night that he can be?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. If you watch the event last night and he decides he needs to spend the next 72 hours in the gym to prepare for it, that's fine. I'm happy for that. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, okay. Sound like you got a little grin behind that, like
Yeah, yeah.
scared, like 18 pounds of shit in your partner's pants, and now you know he's running.
Yeah.
He's he,
I was going to say something else, but I'm not a trash talker. It just doesn't come naturally to me. So I thought, no, I'm just going to be humble and nice. That way, if he does manage to beat me on the night, then I don't look a complete fool.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear
Yeah,
you. Yeah, you could be like one of those guys, man, you remember the interview? He was talking
yeah.
all that stuff during the interview. He get
Yeah. Then there'd be memes released, wouldn't there, all over the server? Of like, yeah, no, I can't keep listening. I shouldn't have said that. I regret that.
Oh, that is too funny. Oh man. So what's been the most memorable moment of your career in the UBL so far?
Probably winning the title against Canelo. You know, back then, Canelo's hooks at that current update. I think Canelo's hooks were extremely hard to avoid, and the speed in which he threw them. And I think I used Sugar Ray Leonard that fight, and yeah, there was some tricky parts of that fight that he could have taken me out, but obviously I stuck to the I managed to adjust fortunately and stay away and just pick him off from the outside, which fortunately gave me the victory. But yeah, I'd say that's probably the most memorable.
You and Guap had a war for that title.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I'm willing to admit that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I hope Guap comes back to the league one of these days. He was a great fighter. But that night, you guys went at it. I mean, you set each other throat for the championship. Did come
Yeah.
out to be the better man, but it was not an easy fight. I mean,
No, exactly. But they're the sort of fights that I prefer. I prefer fights like that where it's like, it's very close, and it's the one that's got to take the last few rounds to get the victory. They're the sort of fights I enjoy. It's not fun to go out there, absolutely trash someone, and win every round or every, I do. This is what I'm hoping a lot of these new competitors come up, so there's a lot more competitive fights at the top.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, it just I don't know when it makes it fun. It just puts a capital F on fun.
Yes.
When you have someone that okay, well, this is no easy fight. This I know I'm gonna have to lock in. I'm gonna have to, fight down and come and to be the best person I could be on fight night because this person I know they're not no person to overlook. They're not no softy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I think the trickiest part of a fight is when you think you've taken the rounds comfortably, then round six scorecards come up and you're down. You're like, right, wow, okay, I thought that was working. It doesn't seem to be. I need to try something else now. But like I say, it makes it more fun than having to adjust completely for the second half and then take it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All cool stuff. So, how do you manage to balance between confidence and humility as defending champ?
Well, like I say, I just try not to talk trash talk because anything that you say on the internet stays there forever. So I don't think I could live it down if I trash talk too much. So I'm just looking forward to a good fight, to be honest, and may the best man win.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk about this Cavs. I know that I just got finished having a small discussion with Joshua about this. Um, Creative fighters. What's your take on the creative fighters, and how do you feel about if we're gonna have to deal with ogres? People being
Yeah.
too tall, too long of a. How do you feel about all that stuff?
Yeah, I think, it'd be fair to use calves as long as we're able to use our real life heights and reaches. I think, if there was a obviously, or maybe we just put a limit on the height you're allowed a fighter to be in a certain weight class and reach. I think that's the only way to make it fair, or it's just going to be giant against giant every single card, and it's just going to turn into everyone's having to use exactly the same tactics because and because of the sizes of our fighters. So I think it's something that's doable as long as there is some restrictions in the way we're able to create the fighters.
Yeah, I agree. I know Joshua mentioned that it should be regulated to, or, depending on what division you're in as a fighter. But as I also mentioned to him, have Sebastian in welterweight division. He's what 6'1", 6'2". He
Yeah.
kid is tall. So the matchups with those average fighters. I mean, the average welterweight. I mean, they're what five, what 5'6".
Yeah, that sort of height you would expect as average. But yeah, I mean, I think it would make a compelling card if there is some taller fighters and some that are average height and some that are lower. So it changes up the fight, so it's just going to be the same matchup constantly if everyone's tall with super long arms. So yeah, I think it's definitely something interesting we could use in the future with restrictions.
Absolutely. I'm in talking to a few of you guys about it. Definitely not composed to. It's gonna happen. We're gonna. Plans are, I could say this on the live stream, is to get everybody insight on that.
Yeah,
Everybody's opinion, and we come up with a good restriction policy for that. If the developers don't have one, don't have it as an even balance for us already once the career mode gets released. Um, Other than that, what excites you about career mode?
I think I like the idea of being able to create fighters that are not on the roster yet. Like my favorite boxer of all time is Manny Pacquiao, and I'm a bit gutted that he hasn't been added yet. But as soon as he does, obviously, I think that'll be my go-to fighter. But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to being able to create the missing legends.
Okay, okay, just like how Fight Night can scan your face or scan a face and
Yeah, the
pop up.
problem with that though is when I used to scan my face and it appears on the game, it makes me realise how ugly I am. So that was always the problem with Fight Night.
My man, those were some ugly images. Let me tell you, they made
Yeah,
everyone look ugly.
yeah. Oh, so it wasn't just me then. That's good. That's good. Makes me feel a bit better.
Absolutely not, man. I scared myself at least about a good 6 times, and I was like, you know
Yeah,
what? I'm not gonna put my face out there. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. I
yeah,
mean, it just I don't know. At one point, it just seemed like how everybody know how a bobblehead is. I mean,
yeah,
my
yeah,
head just looked like a balloon on the body of the
yeah,
boxer. You know what I'm saying? It was
yeah,
unreal. Yeah.
yeah. Somehow it made my chin disappear. It just looked really odd, which was handy. I couldn't take many punches to it because it was so small, but it looked really odd.
It's yeah. They Fight Night should have did better, but they made you laugh when you saw those particular opponents. You get in the ring. Like I fought a pumpkin face guy one time.
Oh,
Um, I fought a
nice.
Hulk Hogan one
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, it did make it fun. I remember the days of Fight Night when it first come out when when you could create a fighter, and everyone in the heavyweight division always used to use Ali, and occasionally you'd join a fight thinking you're fighting against Ali, and then you'd see him have a tattoo on his back of, oh, he's tricked me, hasn't he? He's using a calf with 100 on every stat. It was like those were the days. I think with that game, I don't think a game like this is good when you can, speak to your opponent over the microphone. I think there's just too much trash talk.
Yeah, I
But
definitely agree.
yeah.
Well, before we get back to your questions, let me ask you. Some people out there in the community say Fight Night is better than Undisputed. Logistically, they're not thinking about the technology versus when Fight Night was made up until now. So, I mean, how do you feel about people saying Fight Night is better than Undisputed? Where do you how do you grade the two games and compare the two games?
I think the problem is, I think Fight Night's a finished product. So the mechanics and the fluidity of it when you're fighting is going to feel slightly smoother. But, I think once they work out the kinks with this game, I mean, already graphically and some of the mechanics this game has, I think are better than Fight Night. But yeah, I mean, like I say, that is a finished product. So it's hard really to compare them at the minute until this one's finished as well.
Yeah, that's you hit it hammered right on the head. We are in early access. Career mode
Yeah.
is going to be early access. So yeah, we're just waiting for them to get things fixed where it can be released to console. A lot of people don't realize once it gets to console, they're not going to have to experience what you're experiencing,
No. Yeah, exactly.
and that's what separates PC gaming from one of the things I should say separates PC gaming experience from console.
Yeah. It's always, but by the time it gets to console, like you say, it's always all finished, isn't it? All they're basically used us as beta testers, and let's hope they're listening to the community. Because if they do, should end up a a much better game than Fight Night if they listen. But it's comparatively to other games that were in early access for 2-3 years before they got released. I think they've done quite well in the 9 months, 9-10 months it's been out, and let's just hope they keep improving it.
Yeah. Well, I'm very optimistic. I mean, they haven't let us down so far. They're pushing forward through the door. So, um,
Yeah,
let's see what they continue on to give us.
yeah, exactly. Let's hope. As a true, I mean, I've been a boxing fan like all my life. I mean, when I was a teenager, I used to do a bit of boxing myself, so I've always naturally gone to boxing games and enjoyed them. I think that's why I find it frustrating when you're fighting against people that are, especially on ranked. I mean, I hardly touch that anymore due to the amount of spamming that happens on ranked. But I think as soon as they've managed to patch that, it'll make it a lot more enjoyable experience for everyone new to it, as new to the game as well.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay, well, Lee, which boxing legend do you admire the most and why?
Oh, it's got to be Sugar Ray Robinson. It's he's amazing to watch. I mean, I'm willing to admit I watch a YouTube video of his highlights weekly. I mean, especially for his era, he was he was fighting against guys with an 80s style in the 50s and 60s. I mean, he was so good and so smooth and so fast. Amazing to watch. And a lot of people don't like Floyd Mayweather as well, but I did used to enjoy watching his fights. I mean, due to his defense, I enjoy the chess match sort of fights he used to have. I mean, I know it's not a fan pleasing style, but as a massive boxing fan most of my life, I do enjoy to see that.
Yeah, I agree. Floyd is a technical boxer. He wasn't always. When he
No.
was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was more aggressive. He came forward
Yes.
more, and a lot of people, especially now, a lot of casual boxing fans don't know that the reason why Floyd started fighting the way he did is because his hands were breaking down. Well, I forget the which fight was it. I think uh 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 dang, the name is right on the tip of my tongue. It wasn't Corrales. It was I think it was the Arturo Gotti fight. He broke his
Oh
hand,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and then after that he broke his hand a few more other time in other matches, and they just never came back. I mean, Floyd didn't have the power or anything like that, and it was Vargas. Thank you, Mr. J. Vargas.
oh, was it? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, we got there.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. J, for that. Um, Floyd hands never the power never got back in his hands where he had that knockout. Last opponent that he knocked out was Victor Ortiz, and that was
Yeah,
Victor, with the headbutt and everything.
yeah, that was an awful night, that wasn't it? I stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch that, and I was like, oh, really? You've done this? I mean, he deserved it. He shouldn't have gone for the headbutt, but Floyd's better than that. He should have just outboxed him and frustrated him for the rest of the fight to get him back for that instead of hitting him while his hands were down.
Yeah. But Floyd, if you make him mad, and we've seen even with the Logan brother, Paul, I believe it was that
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
If you make Floyd mad, Floyd does retaliate. He's not always good
Yes.
in front of the camera about staying
Yeah,
calm.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Did you watch the Logan Paul the KSI fight card last week where they had a tag team boxing match? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, really? I thought I'd put WWE on them for a second.
I mean, it's a circus. I'm just gonna say it. It's a circus.
Yeah.
But what I like about the whole thing is helping bring in the sport of boxing back. Uh,
Yes, yeah, it has been massively in decline, hasn't it, for many years now, but it is good that there's more new people willing to watch it now. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But no, I didn't see that. I did. I got the Zone network. So I did go back and watch a few highlights of Tommy Fury and KSI.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I want to see Tommy Fury fight a real fighter.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. I mean, if he was the professional he tells everyone he is, he'd have just taken a step back every time KSI jumped in and just landed a jab on him. He'd have just walked into it, and I just don't think. I mean, obviously he's got the pedigree because of his brother, but uh, I can't see him being able to compete against a good fighter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And Mr. J said it was Chavez instead of Vargas. He got the
Yeah.
names mixed up. It was Chavez.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah. That was one hell of a fight that Floyd had.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the sport of boxing. That's how it shaped up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, he was able to adjust when he needed to, and remained undefeated, even though he had problems with his hands. I mean, the technical skill of him, how he introduced he was able to do the shoulder roll, and the fact that people were watching all these fights and still haven't found a way to break it down. It was unbelievable that he was able to do that.
The man was a snail. He was slippery,
Yeah, yeah,
slippery.
yeah, yeah,
Once his dad got released from prison, and Roger, his uncle Roger did a phenomenal job. Know, but early on in Floyd's pro career, when his dad got out of prison, and I would say that was close around the time Floyd hands was ready, were starting to break down, and his dad implemented that shoulder roll and perfected that shoulder roll.
yeah.
Floyd defense went to another level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The way he was able to frustrate these world-class fighters and make them look like amateurs, it was unbelievable watching it. And I understand people found it the casual fans found it a bit boring to watch, but the boxing fans were like, I mean, it was amazing to see. It, people keep saying they want him to come back out of retirement and fight a real fighter, but why ruin his legacy now? He's obviously not going to have the reflexes he had then, and I wouldn't risk it if I was him. I think he's done the right thing now. He's just taking the money and fighting nobodies.
I agree, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. So I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. I posted it in the Facebook group. I guess Terrence Crawford said some very disrespectful things about the people that paved the way for him in the sport of boxing, and he disrespected Floyd. And
Yeah,
Floyd commented back and basically said, "Yo, B, fight me next.
Yeah, yeah. I, I think Floyd's got the talent and the technical prowess to be able to do the victory, but to be able to get the victory against Crawford. But I think the age and speed difference, I think it'd be too much for him. I wouldn't even want him to do that fight. He could do it, but why risk it now?
I mean, it's okay. So here's the risk factor for Floyd. How much money gonna pay me? Just it all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, not that he needs any more money now anyway, It's like if I was him, I'd be sitting on a private island now, with all my money behind me, It's like there's no need for him to do it anymore. But he was brought up with the sport as well, and he loves it. I think that's why he's reluctant to leave.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, just been doing all those expedition matches and everything. So yeah, he definitely been keeping himself relevant. That's for sure.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
All right, Lee, can you describe some challenges in your boxing journey that you had to overcome?
Well, probably some of my tougher fights, really, where well, when I first started playing the game when it got released, I was half expecting it to be like Fight Night, and I'd be able to use the same sort of tactics, but obviously very quickly I realised that those tactics don't work. So, and even occasionally they'll release like I can't remember which patch it was they released, but they released a major patch because my main style at first was always counter punches. They were a lot easier to land in the earlier patches, and then they kind of completely nerfed that, so then had to adjust again, which I prefer. I think it makes it more realistic. I don't think you should be able to land 20, 30 counters around like I used to. It just it it didn't feel right. I think it was too arcadey then. So I think they've increased the realism now, which makes it more interesting and easier to adjust.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm glad that they slowed it down.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's like you said, the realism is there.
Yes.
Brings the excitement. It brings the competitive. You time your opponent. You can count punches. You know what to look for a little bit now instead of rock'em sock'em robots, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I think they've adjusted it in such a way where certain tactics don't work anymore. I mean, you used to be able to hide behind your guard and just make your opponent hit your guard, and then your accuracy is sky high compared to them, which gives you the round. But I think the fact that they've increased the power of you're able to break someone's guard down, I think that's changed the game massively. So let's hope they continue to make changes like that, and it'll just get better.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely optimistic and intrigued. I'm on the sidelines like the rest of
Yeah,
us.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, how do you mentally reset after each round during a bout?
Well, I mean, you get a short break between the rounds, don't you, to briefly think about your opponent's tactics and what you did, and thinking about what worked. So it does give you a chance. Usually, I'll grab a nicotine gun between rounds and then and then adjust accordingly if I need to at the beginning of the next round.
Okay, okay. Are there any specific rituals or routines follow on fight day?
No, no, I wouldn't say so really. I do watch a few of the live events occasionally, especially if the fighter I'm going to be against has been in previous events. So I might watch a few of them fights and see how their style is evolved, just to try and work out what I can expect.
Okay. How do you ensure that you stay at peak performance throughout your training camps?
Well, I'm training with the best really, which is what's in the camp I'm with. So that always helps. It's handy having sparring partners that if you drop your guard can take your lights out. So it keeps you on your toes and keeps you at your best.
That's solid.
Yeah.
What advice would you give a young fighter looking to make a name in the UBL?
Don't trash talk too much because it usually comes back to bite you in the ass, and just have fun. That's how I started. I enjoyed it and slowly built my way up. Obviously now it's a bit more competitive, but yeah, just have fun if you're starting out and get to know everybody, and maybe join a camp if you want and learn from some of the more experienced fighters.
Yeah, yeah. After this bout, what are your aspirations for the future?
I'll probably just stay in the camp that I'm in and try and improve slightly, and it's see what the next update brings, and then see if I've got to make any more adjustments. But as long as I manage to keep hold of the title for a while, I'm happy. I'll also be glad if someone's able to beat me and take it off me. Give me that push to try and get it back then. But yeah, let's hope that there's some good competition coming up.
Yeah, yeah. I have no doubt in my mind that it's competition coming up. When they're gonna, um, well, I don't want to word it when they're gonna reveal themselves. It's like when the moment is gonna happen. I don't know. Stardust is definitely stepping aside, pushing himself and a few people up under him to the top. We got Count Burger, got DAD Academy, and we have this mystery, right? We don't know their names. I hear they're friendly. All I know about them.
All right, that's good. That's a good start then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Joshua just said that it's a group of guys and that they're all about business. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I look forward to that.
yeah, yeah. If it's no challenge, it's no fun, right? It's no excitement. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
this is like the I know my mom used to watch Young and the Restless, so this is like the drama on top of the drama. It always got
Yeah,
it always got to be someone to challenge the top dog, right?
yeah, yeah. I think that's actually one ritual I forgot to mention earlier. I do like to read the Facebook chat on my lunch break occasionally, 'cause that's more fun than browsing Reddit and watching YouTube. There's a lot of drama that happens at times, which makes it fun to read.
Oh, absolutely. Like this morning, I did not, and first of all, we had a late event last night. I didn't go to bed till like a 4:30, 5ish,
Oh,
and
wow.
Mother Nature was waking me up to go to the restroom, and I heard my phone bling, bling, bling. So I was like, oh shit, what's going on this morning? So I look at the chat and it's Ace and Burger going back and forth. Burger is trying to talk himself into a trilogy fight to get an opportunity at the title. And it's like, oh my God, here we go. And it went back and forth for quite a while. I was just laughing. I ended up going to do yard work. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I look forward to that. That'd be a good fight. I think Ace will have something up his sleeve for Burger next time. So let's make it happen.
Well, yeah, if it happened, if something just so hypothetically speaking happens to Kenny, right? And Burger Man is the replacement sub fight Ace for the FNF championship.
Yeah.
Burger is undefeated against.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can put in the sparring hours with Ace, and I think he'll have his card come fight night if that does happen.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not with Camp Burger anymore, so I don't know who will actually be coaching him if he does get to fight. But it'd be interesting because Burger Man is 2 wins to 0 up on champion Ace Matrix.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the next event. But I think with the right sparring, I think Ace will have his card. I think he'll take him this time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Burger, my opinion, I think Burger needs to get I don't know. I think he needs to take get a fight to really prepare him for that fight. I think he should, spar someone like you, Dan, or Joshua, or Narcissist, um, even Rich, Richie Rich. I like Rich. I like his style. I like what he did last night. I mean, MCV even had a immaculate performance last night. Guys that is edging out, that's being recognized in their performances.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
names that constantly gets remembered is those the people that you need to reach out to and say, hey man, let's get a spar. Let's let's show me, things of how you do that. You need to mingle a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people in the league willing to help. Especially if you're a newcomer and you want a few tips. I used to fight people on the Undisputed Discord, but I didn't want to put a lot of the new fighters off because they're obviously new, so I was trying to take it easy on them, and help them out a little bit. But it wasn't as competitive as the league, so I'm glad I'm in the league now. Do have some more interesting fights in the league.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you just know when you got a good competitive foundation, you don't have to worry about no one spamming or doing any other antics, tricks. I don't know if they fixed that Wii Mob cheat, but I haven't been on rank um quite some time, so I really don't know how it is over there. I can't even talk about
Yeah.
it.
I
Um,
think I had a ranked about 2 weeks ago, and I think they had a cheat where I think on their host rounds only, when I threw a jab, it drained my stamina all the way down to zero. So that was the tactic they were using. But in my rounds, it was fine in my host round. So I did manage to get the win, but I just had to run in their host rounds due to their stamina mod cheat.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have the patience for rank right now.
No, no, until they fix it and apply some sort of anti-cheat, I really don't understand what these people get from going on an online game and cheating to get a victory. I mean, I don't understand it, but each to their own. They need to go outside and touch grass.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you view your role and responsibilities as a champion outside and inside the ring?
Well, I just like I was saying earlier, I try not to trash talk and try and put on the best performance I can when I'm in the ring. I'd never go in, and if I'm losing, I would never resort to spamming tactics and things like that. If I lose, I'll lose. That's fine. I'll try and adjust my style, but I'd never resort to using one of the spamming tactics to get a victory. If someone's better than me on the night, that's it. They've won. That's fine.
Good to say. Can you share an experience that has left a lasting impression on you?
Probably when I lost a Mando to a newcomer, and I was like, "Oh wow, what happened there?" I think it was versus MCV actually. He beat me in a Mando, and I was like, "Wow, okay, maybe I'm just having an off night." So I put it down for the evening. Then thought, right, I'll come back the next day. That's fine. I think that stayed with me and made me realise that I didn't adjust in that fight, and I think it made me realise that every fight's you've got to take seriously because it doesn't matter who it is. You can be beat if they've got your rhythm and you're unwilling to adjust.
Especially being the champ. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. When he was editing his record on the Facebook group, and was like, "Oh, who did you beat? Who did you beat?" And then he said my name. Like, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It wasn't a great look for the champ to lose, but that's fine.
yeah, he had bragging rights on you for at least about a good month.
Yeah, yeah, but that's another reason why I never trash talk, because if I'd have trash talked before the fight, it'd have made it a hell of a lot worse. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm always humble. That's fine. I could escape it quite quickly then.
Well, the ring rust was expected, honest, because we were just coming back from that horrible update. That was a flop, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was awful. I think they just backtracked on most of what they changed in that, trying to fix the desync, and it just made it even worse, didn't it? But it's still not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was. It's good to have fights and be able to win their host rounds now, where after the Big Daddy update, there was no chance of that at all. I mean, I think both competitors were fighting a different fight after that update. It was awful.
Yeah, yeah. Awful, horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was all bad. All right, last, a word for your fans and supporters, champ.
Well, just keep watching. If you want to join, come and join. We're not all trash talkers, So we are a friendly bunch. If you want to join the league, and we're all here to help. And yeah, keep tuning into the live events. And I'll try and do another Conan move in the next fight.
Very good. Very good. Well, we look forward. You're facing Eddie Cardona, the showdown. The ultimate showdown, the night of the champions. Wish you the best of luck. Wish Eddie the best of luck, and we will see if you keep your FNF gatekeeper champion and move on to bigger and better things. In closing, would you like to, possibly get a unification shot someday, or?
As long as the belt's not held by one of my camp members, that's fine. But as long as it's in as long as it's in our camp, that's fine. They can keep them. I wouldn't want to unify them.
Okay, okay, that's fair. All right, champ. Well, hey, I want to thank you for your time today. It's definitely been an honor to have you on the show. Good luck in your upcoming event on October 27th, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. I think the telecast will be on Twitch that evening. So wish you all the best of luck, and thank you again for your time.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Have a good day, champ.
Yeah, Andrew. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, from a new member to a champion. Today's interview has been a great interview. Joshua making his debut to the UBL, and Lee is defending his FNF Gatekeeper Championship. This upcoming event is the Ultimate Showdown of the Night of the Champions. You don't want to miss this one, October 27th, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, for any new fan or undisputed player that is watching or been watching, and hey, if you feel that you think you could beat a member over in the UBL, you think you have what it takes to in the UBL, come talk to us. The link, if you're on Facebook, the link is in the description. Click on the link to admin and get your information. Add you to the Facebook Messenger group chat where everyone is at, and get you on the roster. It's gonna be a epic event. You guys do not want to miss out on this one. Make sure you get all your favorite party favors. Your chicken wings, your beer, wine, whatever you like. To get down with. This Ultimate Showdown Night of the Champions is gonna be where it's at. Until next episode, this is the UBL News. Antilles King signing out.